Those are the true Dave boots, as opposed to the Hucks that get a little chewed up around here. They are heavier in the sole, and those are a smaller cut on the leg. But I really like them a lot. In fact, I ordered another pair. So, you know, they're a little bit more durable on the sole. And what I do like about them is that they don't collect so much stuff. So when I'm walking on and off a pool deck, I don't track so much mud back on. Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Trevor Thompson. I own TNT Pressure Cleaning, dynamite service with explosive results. And we just finished with a storm a couple of weeks ago, Hurricane Milton. And one of the things that I want to make mention of is that I have homeowners who are very proactive in maintaining their property. And this happens to be one of them. And what I'm going to do is show you kind of what I'm using. We're going to be doing a gutter cleaning today. Now, you know, I don't just get up there and blow the debris out and then call it a day. I use a three-step process, and that process is going to be bagging up all of your solids, then blowing out, and then flushing. So why I blow out is because there's going to be some pine needles left that are dry and crunchy, and there's going to be a whole lot of limestone granules, especially when you get into roofs that have a little bit more age on them. So I'm going to walk you up the ladder. They have installed a Generac generator for these such times. Make note that my ladder is only a 16-foot ladder, and what I've done is I've allowed the rubber tips to be braced against the gutter. Now, I've also tied off my hose properly so that hose will never come back and hit that ladder and knock that ladder off of the gutter track. And once we climb this ladder, I want to show you guys where you need to be bracing your ladders if you're not having a ladder saver or stabilizer on there. I'm going to turn you around. You want to be braced right in the middle here. So as you have your ladder, you need the bracket somewhere in the middle. And the reason that that is done is because you will fold these gutters. So, and if you're having your ladder not extending above the roof, be very careful climbing onto it, because it's not ladder safety. It's not, you know, the most ideal situation. But, you know, in lieu of breaking out my very heavy ladder, this works for me because I'm sure-footed. I know how to tie my hose off. And ideally, you want that ladder sticking above that gutter a couple of feet so that you have a little hand to help you walk onto the roof. I'm still real agile. I surf, I skate, have a snowboarding background, and I like to think that I'm pretty stable on my feet. So if I turn you guys around here, what you're gonna see is all of this debris that's in the gutters here. Some of it wet, you can hear the dry crunchy, and then if we dig deep, we've got the wet in there. And so that runs all the way down, and you can see in the background, beyond this palm tree, you can see how the storms came out of the north and just shredded those pines. And that's sort of what you're left with. Now, in here, you know, we have areas where there are actual sticks from trees, you know, laying in these gutters. So, got a little bug on me, just excuse me for a second, trying to get him off. So that's why we're going to be cleaning these gutters out, because what will happen is, as this stuff, if it is not addressed soon, it will decompose and it will form dams. And those dams will then, as there's heavy rains, they will wash towards the downspouts and completely cover the downspout. And then you'll have a non-functional gutter system. What will happen when your gutters overflow with water is that you will begin to get roof rot. You will begin to get your underlayment, which is those 4x8 sheets of plywood that are tacked down to the trusses. Once that begins to rot, the shingles, the felt all need to come up. And the wood needs to be replaced. Spend hundreds now rather than thousands down the road. We do have some areas that aren't so bad, and if you can see here, I'll turn you around. You have a system here, but then she lightens up over there. So it really is going to depend what that wind did. If I turn you around here, you can just see how bad the, you know, how bad the storm blew all of this debris. So we're gonna have to reach up and grab that, get all those sticks, and get everything out of these tracks. And that goes all the way down, all the way across the gutter system. So what I'm gonna do is just show you what I work with. Now, one thing that you wanna do is do your homeowner a favor, and that is you're gonna have to blow anything that is in the valleys. Anything that's in the valleys. You're gonna wanna blow that down towards where you're working so that you can collect that debris. And you'll see some of that on the other side, and I'll get back to that in just a second. I'm working with this Craftsman here, blower, a little 2-stroke. I've got our handy dandy tongs that use to pull debris out, and I've got a 3 mil bag, so in the bucket. And then on the end of the hose, we'll take a quick walk over some of these valleys here. What you're gonna see is you can see how you have debris that's on the roof. Now, if you don't get that and you choose to ignore that, that's going back into their gutter system on the next rain. So it's very important to do that. And you can see how that's over here. You can see where that is along here, along the roof there. Okay, and then if I bring you out, bring you down here, you can see where that's built up all along there. And you can see some areas where it's, you got some gnarly sticks. Now, fortunately, the fronts are really good. I'll show you what it looks like when you have what I'm talking about, where your gutters just aren't performing properly and they're all stopped up. The front is not near as bad as the back, but I'll show you, if we turn you around here, this is what I'm saying, where the front isn't as bad. See how that's just a stick, a little bit of Z, and you got a clear gutter pretty much through there. That's great. But down here on the same section, you can see where it's all stopped up, okay? And you're gonna see all the water. That's all water right there. And the reason that it's stopped up like that is because you can see where it's starting to form a dam. It's getting all blocked up and it's just allowing that water to sit. And I'll show you really quickly. We'll drop back to, oops, sorry about that. We'll drop back to here. You can see that this is water. You see? So there should be no water resting in this gutter whatsoever. Okay? And you can see how it's beginning to dam up. Now this is the front of the home where the gutters aren't that bad. So those are the tools that you're gonna need. And this is the reason why we do the 3-step method, which is bagging up, blowing out, and flushing. And in order to flush properly, I'm gonna come back over here. In order to flush properly, you can't just use a hand sprayer. You can, but it's not as effective as a bullet tip. And I'll show you what a bullet tip looks like. So we're walking to the end of my hose. And on the end of my hose, you guys have seen these before. This is a bullet tip. And this will open up. And if I let you see the hole, this adjusts for many different sizes, but there's the hole there, okay? And you can see those little ball bearings in there. And then this is with it closed. When you store these, you wanna store them open, not closed, because closed has a lot of pressure on there. See how it's fully closed? So that will allow you to stick this whole piece, and you can see how there's scars on the hose. You'll be able to stick that down the downspout. You'll be able to make a 45-degree turn, and you'll be able to completely flush out those downspouts without having to take them completely apart, unless they're clogged with solids over time that have hardened, where you're gonna need to run an actual snake through there. This is a surefire method of being able to do a successful gutter clean. When I'm finished, these gutter tracks there will be nothing in them. Not a limestone granule, nothing. They will sparkle and shine. I don't put any type of degreaser or caustic, any sodium hypochlorite. I don't clean them in that respect, unless we were preparing the house for sale or something like that. Aluminum doesn't react like steel would to sodium hypochlorite, but it will corrode over time. So it's completely unnecessary to flush with a chemical. It certainly can be done if the gutters are really bad and they're black and they're just, you know, beyond hideous. Then you can bag up the downspout so you can collect that water, run a sleeve, and then you can flush those out and turn them back to aluminum. You know, you can use an aluminum brightener. There's many different things, but this is a non-chemical treatment, only simple labor, bagging up, blowing out, and then flushing. And flushing is really, really important. And I know you guys don't want to be bringing your hoses up here and yada, 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 but do it right for the homeowner. Do the right thing. Have a great day, and we're going to get started on a gutter clean. And you can see the sticks that have built up, and you can see the, you know, just the debris that we have in there. Some spots are lower than others because this is all storm debris. So these gutters were cleaned just a few months ago. You know, maybe, I don't know, I'd have to look on my calendar, but this is all from a storm, and it's all from those pine trees. And it's really important that your homeowners are proactive in maintaining their property, because it will preserve the integrity. Have a great day. Keep cleaning, everyone. Trevor Thompson, TNT Pressure Cleaning. Dynamite service with explosive results. Take care.